So, Rhaenyra is a princess. She has power. She doesn't have that many worries. She's grown up in a period of peace. Rhaenyra, like most of the people around her, has an appetite for violence. Her best friend does not. Rhaenyra worries about her mother, who has had several pregnancies, and pregnancies in her world are dangerous. Rhaenyra wants to be recognized like a king, and her father wants to give her that recognition once she asserts herself. Rhaenyra is given the opportunity to become king. She is offered a real purpose by the one person she needs to give her that purpose, that responsibility. And she accepts it. Alicent is weak. Her father is a very, very disturbing, emotionally manipulative man. He sends her off to the king to exploit his vulnerable state of mind after his wife died. She learns that Rhaenyra lied to her to protect someone, and she feels betrayed. But at the very same time, her father is removed from her environment. Now, an emotionally abusive parent who manipulates you into becoming someone's concubine, emotional concubine, it's just leaving you. I would say that allows your actual personality to come out. So what do we see after years of Alicent being free from her father? Her oldest boy is a drunk. She's bored by her daughter. Her second boy steals a weapon of mass destruction and gets his eye cut out. Now, she is fanatical and paranoid and slashes Rhaenyra's arm. She wants Rhaenyra's children to pay for something. To me, that scene is clearly about Alicent being jealous of Rhaenyra. Petty and jealous. As time continues, she gets only more and more obsessed. She absorbs more and more power. Probably because she just wants to feel validated. And she unfairly puts all her anxiety on the symbol of her inadequacy. Rhaenyra is like Rhaenyra is very, very, very likable. Even at her most distrustful moment, she lied to protect someone. There's no reason why Allison would think Rhaenyra to be a monster. In fact, Allison knows for a fact that she's responsible, however indirectly, for Rhaenyra's Rhaenyra's lover's death. A man who was once devoted to Rhaenyra and wanted to kill himself because of an outburst of emotion because of an accident is made Allison's pet. She treats him as a pet. She treats him as a tool. She knows full well her friend didn't mean to infuriate him or whatever. She was protecting him. And it's irrational for him to be blaming a teenage girl over a single night of passion, not resulting in endless love or whatever. It's irrational. Any idiot knows that. But Rhaenyra finds herself excuses to do things. She uses religion to bolster herself in court. Rhaenyra is so dangerous. Allison uses religion to bolster herself in court. Allison is so dangerous to Rhaenyra that Rhaenyra doesn't want to risk having her child alone with Allison. Allison's obsession with power, with gaining power, with becoming the mother of the next king is ridiculous. There is absolutely no reason why a drunk boy should be trusted over Rhaenyra. There's no reason why Allison should distrust Rhaenyra. It's stupid. And that's why I think Allison is the most dangerous and vile person in the House of Dragons. Now, Otto Hightower and the crippled strong guy, yeah, they're bad, but one of them is just doing things for power, and the other one is doing things for his ego, but they're not obsessed with torturing people for their own inadequacy. Just simple evil is a lot more relatable than someone who is broken in a way where they indulge in their brokenness. Yeah, Allison was emotionally mistreated by her environment, but just because the root cause of someone's evil is like problematic and sympathetic at an early stage doesn't mean that they're not a very, very monstrous person when they grow up. Otto Hightower was advisor to the king. He comes from kings. Maybe he thought himself more important than the king or more valuable than the king. Maybe some part of him believed his own rhetoric about Daemon, but he very clearly knew what he was doing to Alicent, how he was manipulating her. And he fed into that. Now, the first season has not concluded yet. I might not know all that much about the crippled snow guy. The crippled strong guy, The crippled strong brother, whose name keeps slipping out of my mind. Yeah, he kills his dad and his brother, and it's, I wonder if his attitude was just a vile evilness, power hunger, or whatever, or if his father's obsession with pride and his crippled status had any effect on his development. I don't know. But he's not yet fully explored enough for me to judge why he's so evil. As for Daemon, well, Daemon gives up the crown, arguably to feed his own ego. He's letting his knees take over the crown, arguably because he just wants to go out there and fight and earn something. The moment when he was down and he wanted to get bashed in the face. And the moment of anger when a message arrived talking about his brother's aid. Those two moments clearly color Daemon's selfishness to be about war hunger. So did the scene where with his wife at the dinner table. He is a war hungry man. Now, could some of his decision making have been about selflessness, giving Rhaenyra what she needed, what she wanted? Maybe. I think Daemon was going to make a move and steal Rhaenyra back for himself properly this time. But then Joffrey was Joffrey and shit went downhill.